welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to go over 5 things you should know before you join the military. The first thing is, before you join, you're going to have to take your ASVAB. Just make sure you study for your ASVAB. When you go to the recruiting office, they'll give you all the information and they'll actually give you everything you need to study for it. Just make sure you study, because the higher the score that you get on your tests, the more jobs that you have open to you and the more jobs you're able to pick from. After you take the test, they will give you a list of all the rates, which is the jobs that you qualified for, and they will ask you which one you want to pick. When you do get your score back and they show you all the jobs that you qualified for, make sure before you pick a job, make sure that you research it. Research every single job on that list. For me, I chose CS, which is culinary specialist, because I wanted to be a chef. I actually did get a high score, but I picked CS for that reason. Before you pick a rate, I wish I researched more about CS and the other rates as well, because being a CS on the ship was great for me, but I didn't really think about what the job requirements were when I picked CS. It's long hours. I was working in the morning at 4:30 and I wouldn't leave the galley, which is the kitchen on the ship, until 1800, so 6. I would be on my feet the whole time. So just make sure you research your job and find out about everything. That's something that you do want to do in the military. Also, before you go to boot camp, make sure you find out if your boot camp date is in the summertime or in the winter time, because it depends on what kind of person you are, if you prefer the summer or winter, but it makes a big difference. So for me, I never seen snow until I came to Virginia, until my ship came to Virginia. I've never experienced snow. So I got lucky because I went to boot camp July 24th of 2018, and it was during the summertime. So my boot camp was during the summertime and it was perfect for me. It was hot, but I'm used to the heat, so it was easy for me. I am not used to the cold or the snow, so I'm happy that I went during the summertime. It's freezing cold. You are in Chicago. If you do go during the winter, it is freezing cold. It's snowing, so just be prepared for that. Mentally be prepared for your physical exam. When you go to MEPS, you're going to get a full exam to make sure that you're fit to go to boot camp. Just make sure you mentally prepare for that. They should give you more information about it before you go. The physical includes everything. They will check down there for the girls, and they'll check your breasts. They will give you a gown, but you will still be, everything will be out, and they will check to make sure there's no lumps or anything on your breasts, and they'll check down there also. And for the guys, it's the same thing. They'll check down there for you. So just mentally be prepared for that, because it is a little invasive, but they do everything they can to make it as comfortable, and they are extremely professional. And for the woman, you can request a male doctor or a woman doctor, and if you do have a male doctor, they will always have a nurse with them, a female nurse with them. As I mentioned in my last video, is to have all the numbers written down of your family, your friends, because when you do get your first phone calls in boot camp, you will already have that little notebook with you with all the numbers that you can easily call. You will not be on the phone for a very long time. It's time. They will tell you when it's time for you to get up. Make sure that you study the ranks, and make sure that you study military time. You're not going to get it at first. You will not be an expert, and you will not understand it 100%, but just make sure you have an understanding of it, because it will make your life in boot camp way easier. They will definitely test you, and they will ask you questions, and if you do not get a question, you may get beat, which is, they'll make you do an exercise. It can be push-ups, sit-ups, or anything like that, but just have a little bit of information about the ranks and the military time. Understanding the rate, the job that you choose, will make your life a lot easier, because you know what you're getting into. You know what your job is about. When you do go to boot camp, you will understand. It's important is because it will not be a shock for you when you get to the ship and you start working in your rate. You will already know what it's about. Some rates have it easier on the ship too, or I think they do. Being a CS, we work long hours. The only other rate that worked longer than us were engineers. If you pick an engineer rate, you have to understand that you will be working in the boiler room. It's usually really hot. You're going to work long hours. I would barely see the engineers while I was on the ship because they were always working. So just do some research before you pick your rate. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, just leave it in the comments and I will answer all of them. Thank you.